I'm already sweating, so that's good. I wanted the fire on for like the aesthetics, but I might have to turn it off. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Morgan. I'm so glad that you clicked on today's video. I have not done a sit down type of video in a very, very long time. I put a poll up on my Instagram asking people which one they'd rather see between 5 exercises to grow your glutes or how to put together an effective workout routine. And by the title, you obviously know that today's video is just going to be me explaining how you put together a very good and effective workout routine that's going to work for you and your goals. So for those of you that don't know, I am actually a certified personal trainer as well as a certified nutrition coach. All of the things that I'm implementing in today's video are things that I learned in my classes that I took in order to get those certifications. I have everything written down here on my iPad. It's really just, for me, 3 main steps that I use in order to make sure that the workout routine is continuing to work. And when I had clients, just working with them and on their goals, I really just implemented these 3 steps in order to put together a program for them and personalize it to exactly what they want. Everyone's gonna need something personalized for them because every single body is different in the way that it responds to exercising, eating, daily life activities. There's just so many facets to it. If you guys like today's video and you want me to do one based on nutrition and how to put together an effective nutrition plan and eating plan for yourself, then I can do that as well. But today we're just gonna cover the workout. So I moved over a little bit because I'm probably gonna be popping up some stuff on the screen here. Right off the bat, let me just go over the 3 main steps that I use. Step 1 is I figure out what my goals are and then I select my split. And I'll explain that in a second here. Step 2 is to just create the workout. And then step 3 is just recording your progress, listening to your body, and adjusting as needed. Step 1. Picking your goals, putting together your split. Majority of the workout that I'm going to be putting together is going to be consistent of weightlifting because that is personally how I've seen the most results in my fitness, and that is also how I see the most results with all of my clients that I train and that I have trained. And putting on lean muscle is really what helps you to burn fat, increase your metabolism, and feel the best and the strongest that you can feel. So for the sake of this video, let's say that you are my client. Let's say that you have 3 main goals. Your first goal is you want to lose weight. Your second goal is that you want to burn body fat. And your third goal is that you want to just be able to feel stronger and feel healthier. Now, if you are someone who wants to gain weight or like gain muscle mass, you can still set up your plans this exact same way. The way that you're going to be gaining is actually through how you do your nutrition. So if you want me to do a video on nutrition and how to structure that for either weight loss or for weight gain, then I can do that in another video. So now that we have our 3 goals, we're gonna set up our split. So my favorite way to set up a split is to split up my body parts. And that sounds really weird when you say it, but split up what I'm training so that way I can train more frequently throughout the week. Because if I go just balls to the wall with all upper body on one day, then I'm probably gonna be pretty sore and not be able to train my upper body maybe at all for the rest of the week. For this example in this video, we're going to do 5-day split with 2 rest days. Sometimes I will plan in my rest days like on specific days if I know I'm gonna be traveling or I'm not gonna be able to get to the gym that day, but majority of the time I kind of just like to listen to my body each week. Our first day is gonna be a lower body day, second day is going to be an upper body day, our third training day is going to be a high intensity day. So I personally have been getting into CrossFit more lately and I really, really like it. Our 4th day is going to be another lower body day, and then our 5th day is going to be another upper body. Step 2 is just creating the workout. So there's a few different ways that you can create your workouts and split things up. You can do your lower body days as a full lower body focus, or you can split them up and do, let's say, glutes and hamstrings, and then a quad focus day or quads and glutes. That's something that I like to do. And then for your upper body days, you can do full upper body days, hitting everything, your arms, your back, your shoulders, your chest, or you can split those up, which is how I like to do it. So for my first upper body day, it's going to be a pull day, which is back, biceps, and then my second upper body day is going to be push, which is chest, shoulders, and triceps. So pull is anything towards your body, push is anything away from your body. That's how I like to think of it. What I'm gonna do is put together a sample lower body day, a sample upper body day, and then a sample high intensity day. 3 sample days, just so you can see how to structure those workouts, because they can be a little bit different depending on what you're training. For every single lifting workout though, you want to make sure that you're focusing on compound movements, and then you have some accessory work in there afterwards. Compound movements are going to be movements that are going to hit more than just one particular muscle. With our lower body day, for example, a back squat, or just a squat, whatever you want to call it, with the barbell on your back, that's going to hit everything in your lower body. You're going to be hitting your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes, everything. An accessory movement would be something that hits just one very isolated muscle. For example, a leg extension machine where you're sitting on and you kick your legs up. That is going to just isolate and hit your quads. So for this lower body day, 2 of my go-to compound movements that I put in almost every leg day at least once a week are back squats and hip thrusts. Hip thrusts I would consider a compound movement because you will feel it in your hamstrings, your glutes, your quads if you're doing it properly. But again, if you're also doing it properly, you should primarily feel it in your glutes and then into the hamstrings. You shouldn't feel it too much in your quads. You might a little bit if you start getting fatigued, but it is a very glute hamstring dominant exercise. So our first exercise is going to be back squats. Then we're going to go into hip thrusts, and I like to superset hip thrusts with things that are more isolated to the glutes, like RDLs or kettlebell swings. But for this workout, we're going to be doing kettlebell swings. Then we're going to go into split squats. This one is evil. It is just the worst, but it is so good for growing your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads. Next up, I like to do leg press. And then last but not least, we're going to add in some leg extension for some more quad focus. So this workout is actually an overall leg workout. It's not primarily focused on just your glutes and hamstrings or just your quads and quads and glutes. Sets and reps, now that is something that I change up depending on how my body's feeling, and that kind of goes into step number 3. But for just a general idea, I like to do 3 to 4 sets of anywhere from like 8 to 12 reps. If you're gonna be focusing on more heavy lifting, you could drop your rep range down to 6 to 8 for like your back squats. But with hip thrusts and everything else on this leg day list, I like to try and do 8 to 12 as far as my reps that I'm doing. Let's move into our upper body day. So for this video, I'm going to put together a push day, which is your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. So again, you want a couple compound movements, gonna hit multiple different muscles, and then a few accessory movements which are going to isolate just particular muscles. So the first exercise that I have is going to be bench press. You can do this either with dumbbells or with the barbell on the benches. Next exercise is going to be dumbbell shoulder press. This I would consider a compound move because you're going to feel this in more than just your shoulders, and it's also hitting the entirety of the shoulder. Next up, I have an incline dumbbell fly supersetted with an isolated front raise. So for the isolated front raise, I'll try and see if I can find a video of me doing it and insert it. It's kind of confusing, but you literally just like lay on the bench and let your arms hang at the incline, and then you just lift them up. If that's too confusing, you could just easily grab some dumbbells and do like a regular front raise. The next move is going to be a lateral raise superset with a front raise. So we're doing 2 different front raises in this workout. You can honestly do just the lateral raises by themselves, or just the front raises by themselves, or you could do the incline flies without the isolated front raise. I just like supersets because I like to be moving a lot in my workouts. Then the last 2 are going to be tricep exercises. We have an overhand push down and then an underhand push down. These are just 2 variations of tricep exercises. I'm basically just on the cables doing a push down. Any type of tricep exercise, you can do it with dumbbells over your head and do an extension that way. And then for sets and reps for upper body, I tend to stay within more of like a 10 to 12 range. For the sake of this workout, my bench press and my shoulder press are actually at 4 sets of 8, but then everything else is 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 12 for those accessory movements and like the smaller, less aggressive, heavy lifting movements. The last sample workout, I'm actually gonna pull up on my phone here because I have just a bunch of different CrossFit workouts saved. These are gonna be like more of your high intensity HIIT day workouts. Okay, so one of my favorite ones that I wrote up that I did a while ago, I haven't done this in a very long time, but it's literally just 3 different exercises. It's a HIIT circuit, high intensity interval training circuit. For my CrossFit or HIIT days, I'll work on a compound movement still. So I'll work on front squat, power clean, a hang clean, a clean and jerk, push press. I'll work on something CrossFit style for my compound movement that's going to be hitting a lot of things, just so I can work up my weight and work on that particular movement. I'll do that first as like a strength move, and then I'll move into more of like metabolic conditioning. This one's really fun. So it's 5 sets as fast as you can possibly get it done. A lot of CrossFit workouts are either as fast as possible, as many reps as possible, or they're timed. So it'll be like a 12-minute time cap. So for this circuit, like I said, it's just 3 exercises. It was a 200-meter row straight into 10 barbell back rows and then 10 burpees. I'm crazy, and for some reason I love burpees. The last set, so the 5th set in this little circuit, I decided to do 20 burpees instead of 10. Literally as fast as possible, 200-meter row, 10 back rows, 10 burpees, and then your last set, instead of doing 10, you're doing 20. So you're not doing 10 burpees and then 20 more. Last set is just 20. That right there is just really conditioning your heart. Any type of high intensity training. You could even do something like, if you're not comfortable with doing all of that, your high intensity day could be something as simple as 20 seconds sprint on the treadmill and then a 20-second off. The whole point of the high intensity is to spike your heart rate and then let it drop a little bit, and before it gets to like a resting rate, you spike it right again. If you have questions and you would like me to answer them for you, I'd be more than happy to help you out. If you want to DM me on Instagram, feel free, like absolutely. I have no problem with you saying, hey, this is all that I have to do these workouts. How would I be able to do this workout that you explained in the video with this such and such a thing? I would be more than happy to help you and give you some tips and guidance on that. So then the last thing that I like to incorporate within my workouts is some sort of cardio. So yes, we have our high intensity day or our HIIT training style days. Now the high intensity days are going to be more so for people that are really looking to lose fat and lose weight. If you're trying to gain, I would not encourage you to do a lot of like extreme cardio, extreme heavy, high intensity days, because that's just going to burn excess calories and you're trying to gain. So if you're just burning a crazy amount of calories and not able to eat enough to actually put on weight, then you're gonna have a hard time putting on weight. So you can still do cardio when you're trying to gain. It's still really good for you to do. It's good to condition your heart and your lungs, but you don't want to be doing a crazy amount. Honestly, you don't want to be doing a crazy amount no matter what. You really want to focus in on building muscle, because that's gonna burn the most fat. But back to what I was saying about cardio, I do like to have a little bit of cardio in my workouts just for that conditioning aspect. Any cardio and core training, I did forget to mention core training. I like to do my abs and my core training on my upper body days, but any core abs cardio that you do, always, please always make sure you do it after you weight lift. You want to make sure that you're putting in as much energy that you have possible into building your muscle and into your weightlifting before you go tire yourself out with cardio. Step 3, our last step, is just recording your progress, listening to your body, and adjusting accordingly. So what do I mean by that? It's honestly just super simple. If you're doing an exercise and your body's rejecting it, you will know. If you're doing an exercise and you have pain, other than the muscle burning pain is different from excruciating pain or just any type of joint or bone pain, you will know the difference, especially the more that you get into weightlifting. So if you're doing an exercise, let's say for me, and a great example would be deadlifts. I herniated a disc in my back years ago, probably 5 years ago. Deadlifting, I was deadlifting wrong, so that's why I got injured. Ever since then, I haven't really been able to deadlift the same, especially sumo deadlifts. I can kind of do a regular conventional just shoulder width apart deadlift pretty well because I focus mostly on my hamstrings and my glutes, but for some reason that wide stance, that just really aggravates my back. So I personally don't really include a lot of deadlifting because that's something that bothers my back, and I know if I do deadlifts at the beginning of my workout, there is a very high chance I will not be finishing the rest of the workout because my back is just in so much pain. If you programmed it and it hurts your body and you don't like it, that's okay. You should not continue doing it. Just because you programmed it right off the bat because you saw someone else do it or it looked like a good exercise and your body doesn't like it, it doesn't mean you have to continue doing it. This step 3, I feel like, is one that people don't really include a lot. There is a point where you have to do exercises that you don't necessarily love in order to continue growing, and eventually you will love them. Working out and weightlifting recording and fitness and health. It should be fun. It should be a lifestyle. Make it something you enjoy. Make it something that you have fun with. And then record your progress as well. That's another thing that's really important. You can record it in so many different ways. You can either just focus on recording just how your body feels. Write it down, like how you're performing in the gym, how your energy levels are, how you're sleeping, just those little things. You can just focus on recording that. If you want to be more intense about it and you want to record your progress in your weights, and if you're going heavier, or if you're able to do more reps on a heavier weight or whatever, record that progress. And then also you can record progress pictures. You're with your body all day, every day. You see your body all day, every day. And so even like the tiniest bit of progress, we probably won't really pick up on it because we're so used to seeing our bodies. But yes, that is basically everything that I have for today's video. I hope that it was helpful for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any other questions, please feel free to comment them down below, or go ahead and DM me on Instagram. Like I said before, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and you also click the notification bell next to it. That way you don't miss out on any of my uploads. Thank you again for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.